I was 5 years old when I was diagnosed with kleptomania. I had always felt like an outsider in my own skin, but that diagnosis only intensified those feelings. My parents taught me to be more than that label. However, I was so good at stealing, my daddy ain't have a choice but to help me hone my skills. The adults often called me special, but I hated that word. It felt like it was their way of controlling my emotions, pacifying my insecurities to make me more tolerable. After Dizzy got sent to DJJ, I had become afraid of what I could do since it seemed to cause trouble for the people I loved. My dad told me being a kleptomaniac was a gift, but I wasn't sure if I believed that anymore. There was a time when I thought being a thief was a part of my destiny. I knew how crazy that sounded to the average person, but everything inside me believed it was true. That was why I worked hard to become great at it. There were times when I stole for sport. I had no real reason to steal anything, and I always took things that meant nothing to me. Most of the time, I gave those things back to the people I stole them from after some time, or I just give them away to others. I never kept them because they held no significance to me. I had gotten into trouble a lot over the years. My parents would get creative with the punishments since the doctors told them that I still needed to be disciplined regardless of kleptomania being an illness. No matter what, I could never shake the urge to steal. No wonder it took something like the Magnolia Mall robbery to scare me straight. I often thought of what my crew would be doing if it hadn't happened. If Red and Dizzy didn't get arrested and Jazz didn't move away, where would we be? Would we still be a crew of thieves? Would I still be this depressed, unmotivated girl that I had become when it all came crumbling down? My parents made me promise that I would try to fight against the addiction. They put me in therapy and everything to help me find other ways to cope. It had been over a year since I stole anything, and although I was depressed, I had to admit that I was proud of myself for not stealing. I just wish I had done this before I caused Dizzy and the rest of my crew the trouble we all had to deal with for the past 3 years. 3 years ago, I didn't have a care in the world. I didn't look at myself and see disappointment. I saw a girl who was destined for greatness. Although I was young, I knew my family was counting on me. I saw hope in their eyes when they looked at me. My mama told me many times that I was the only one of her kids who were capable of making something of myself. I wondered if she still felt that way about me. I used to believe her, but now I wasn't sure what my destiny was anymore. Losing Dizzy and having my crew fall apart took a toll on me. Yet I hadn't completely given up. Before I stopped stealing, I went on a binge and accumulated what I needed to reach some goals I set for myself to help the community. However, I wasn't sure if I were capable of that anymore since I'd need to get my crew back together to keep it up. I didn't trust myself to lead them anymore. Sometimes I allowed my illness to get the best of me, and I was careless. There was no way I could allow what happened to Dizzy to happen again. I would lose the last bit of my mind that I still had left. Yet, I felt restless in my depression. There was still a part of me that longed for the excitement and challenges that came with doing jobs. I missed the way my crew worked together to get the jobs done. With my plan and expertise, we were legends in the making. No kids our age could do what we could do. That's why we were special. Although I hated that word, I couldn't deny having the talent that made me so. That was why I believed this was my purpose. Taking from the rich to give to the poor, while exposing the wrongdoers of the things they were doing to harm the community, may have seemed self-righteous. I mean, who was I to believe my people deserved to be relieved from poverty? Well, I was a girl who had the tools to help those she loved. I was a genius, kleptomaniac, and hacker who had a knack for thievery in a way that eliminated danger. To my people, I was a promise of better things to come. To my enemies, I was a reminder that they weren't invincible. To me, I was just plain old Robin Wiley, but I finally had accepted my destiny as a modern day Robin Hood.